Google on. Hey, welcome in everyone. Hey, this is Iron Man Mike, and hey, today is Saturday. It is January 14th, and welcome to the Iron Man Mike show. And I have a spectacular guest with us today, and I'm so excited that he is here on the Iron Man Mike show. And hey, I'd like everyone to meet Joe Cusac. Welcome, sir.
Hello. Thanks for having me today. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting conversation from what we talk about behind the scenes. So let's get on with it.
Yeah. So, hey, let's just dive into it. So the audience wants to know who are you? So I'm going to ask you before we get rolling, if you can share with me a little bit about your who you are, your background, where you're from, stuff like that. And let's see if we can't dive into get to know who you are, the amazing athlete that you are, the entrepreneur, the social media icon that you're becoming. And man, you're a family man, and I'm just excited. So I'd love to hear it.
Well, let's start from the beginning. The athlete part, that's because that's how we met. You came across me working out online, and so if we have to go back from that moment of how you met me, is because I live in North Dakota in the oil field now, and Mike first discovered me when I was going live on Clapper, working out in my gym. But that all came about because when we were all little kids, my father and my uncle were speed skaters on roller skates. So from the time myself and all my siblings were able to walk, we were put in a pair of skates. So I've been skating literally all of my life. Then in my adult years, 8 years ago, I came out to the oil field, and all that came to an end, and I started working out on social media to keep myself in shape.
Fantastic. Sorry about that. I'm setting up some additional cameras here. So those of you that are just joining us right now, this is the Iron Man Mike show, and I have a great guest in the house with us today, and this is Joe Cusac. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so I apologize for that in advance. There we go.
Is that your feedback?
Yeah, can you hear it?
Okay. Yeah, I heard the feedback.
So anyway, so yeah, we met a little bit ago. I want to say, geez, how long has it been now?
For us, it's got to be 2 years now, 2.5 years.
Okay.
It's maybe not quite that long. It's been some time.
Yeah, it's been a minute now, that's for sure.
So yeah, so the working out part, I figured we start there because that's how we met, with me in the gym. And but the actual full story of me working out was inline speed skating.
Correct. That's right. All right,
So,
I fixed the audio feedback. Sorry about that.
are you all good?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, so of course, Iron Man Mike, with a name like that, you have to wonder why. So that's what made me, when I seen you come across the screen, that's what made me say, okay, who's this guy? It's a odd name sounds like an event that I know of. So my years at inline speed skating, I was a pro in a sense that I got sponsored to do it, so I didn't have to pay for it. And my sponsorship traveled me around, and I skated with other pros. I did not race on ice, although the fellas and the girls and everyone involved that I raced with actually converted from wheels to ice. So I did, in a sense, skate with Olympians. But I stayed on the wheels, and that's a lot of people in the United States does not realize that the world of inline speed skating around the world is huge. It's probably bigger than the ice. But I was doing that ever since I was a kid, thanks to my dad. He's the one that got us all started on it. But my wife comes into the world of speed skating because back in the 7th grade one day, she lived around the corner from me, and I liked her. And my father said, "Hey, why don't you invite her to go roller skating?" And we real fast found out how fast she was. So my wife and myself have been skating together professionally half our life. And she, at one time on wheels, going to national champions at one time, was 6th best in the world.
Oh, wow.
And she was also my relay partner. So we had a great time skating.
So the little girl who your dad asked you to go skating with, that is now Brenda, your wife?
Yes, we met back in the 7th grade. And this month, on the 23rd, we are coming up on 30 years of marriage. So I have been with my wife all my life.
That is fantastic. So I knew you've been together for a long time, but I didn't realize that young. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was skating on days, because it was inline skating, I skated outdoors, very long distance. I would skate anywhere from a 21K to 100-mile races, all the way up to 24-hour races. But when it was raining out, I didn't want to destroy my equipment. So I took up the sport of running just so I can have a workout. So even at the age of 35 to 40 years old, I would still run an 18-minute 5Ks. And I was running, I got into marathon running. And I was running 3.5-hour marathons.
Wow, that's fantastic pace.
So I enjoy doing it. And one thing about the marathon running, why I really took a liking to it, was when I went for speed skating, in order to hold a sponsorship, they expect stuff of you, because a sponsorship, their goal is to sell stuff in order to keep the sponsorship going. So when I walk in and I'm coming in as the master man, and everyone's looking at you being, expecting you to be the top 3 on that podium, the first thing they want to do is throw wheels at you, uniforms at you, and stuff like that. And your sponsorship says yes or no. And, so you have an obligation. So when I went and stood on a line with 4,000 or 5,000 people for a marathon race, nobody knew me. So it was very comfortable. And it was my time away from the chaos and the obligations that I had to do. And I just fell in love with that alone time. A lot of people think that's crazy. That's how I relaxed by marathon running. But it was my way of getting away from the chaos of speed skating. Then in my later years, without speed skating and the sponsorship, the reason why I worked so hard at that was because I was in no position to be able to afford the sport. The boots on my feet are customized, $1,000. The frames underneath of them are another $500. The wheels, $200 for every race that you go into, that you have to change them out. $90 for bearings. So I was, as a truck driver, I was not in the position to be able to afford the sport. So I had to do my best every single time, whether it was practice or what it was. I had to give 110% in order to keep that sponsorship and that money flowing in. Then I had the opportunity later on in my life to come out to the oil field, and my life changed overnight. I went from $50,000 a year to making 6 figures.
Nice.
But
that's always a great feeling.
The exchange in that was I had to give up everything I love for the sport. And that's how I met you, because I started working out in the gym and broadcasting it on Clapper. And then you discovered me working out.
Right.
So that was my way of staying fit because as you know, even though we get older, that competitive inside of us, we can't just turn it off. We have to do something. So my way to keep it going was videotaping my workout and possibly helping out somebody else that wanted to get involved in it.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, we just gravitated towards each other. Yeah, I saw your videos and I'm like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. I haven't seen a lot of other guys on here. There's we're talking about the Clapper app, Central Fit Intelligent, friends with him, and then there's another guy named Papa Pump, and there's a few other women as well who are doing some things. But regarding guys, though, I mean, I just felt like we had a pretty cool connection. And our first
Now I reached out.
conversation.
I reached out for help on that fitness part of it because as a speed skater and racing at that high level, high intensity, I never really had to think about the food and stuff like that at my level. When they cross over to be an Olympian, they have a full set of trainers. They teach them how to eat, stuff like that. At my level in the wheels in racing, you're on your own. So I stayed fit, but only because you were working out 7 days a week. So when that all slowed down, you really learn what your body does different. So I reached out to an actual bodybuilder. So now I have the tools I'm coming up on 54 years old. I have the tools to, if my body gets a little chunky at 200 and some pounds, as soon as I hit the weights in the food program, I have the capability and the knowledge now in 6 to 8 weeks to trim that back down to about 7% body fat.
Nice.
So, once in a while you have to admit, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Reach out to somebody else that knows what they're doing and continue on. Don't just sit there and be stubborn headed about your working out.
Yep, I agree.
So that's a quick rundown on my history of being an athlete. It all started with my father and my uncle passing it down through the kids. All my siblings, they skate too.
Nice.
And then my wife, and then we have 3 girls of our own. They were all skaters at one time. My youngest, I'm proud of all my kids, but my youngest, she is in the military. She did 4 years in the Navy. She came out and went to college.
Nice.
Got her degree in business. Realized real fast these are her words. It was just an expensive, worthless piece of paper. My son-in-law, he is also in the Navy. He does the kind of missions where we're not really allowed to talk about them.
Sure.
And my daughter now has re-enlisted and she's preparing to go back into officers boot camp now.
Nice. PLC program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
My middle daughter lives out here with us and she's involved in the business. As you can see stuff around me.
Yep.
We'll get into that. She's involved in this. And my oldest daughter is in Pennsylvania, and that's where my other 4 grandchildren are.
So real quick, there's a lot of people who are going to be watching this and listening later, and they might have some young kids. What advice could you give them regarding the skating portion of it and the potential opportunity of becoming an elite athlete? And are you planning on doing any type of coaching at all? So how can people reach out to you, and or what would you recommend to them? Advice?
First of all, when it comes to coaching and in the world of speed skating, it's hard to accept, but sometimes you have to realize when you are a coach and when you are just the athlete. And I don't have the skills to take what I know and how I got there and convert that into coachable material.
Gotcha.
And I always wanted to coach. And when I was skating very fast, I'm like, why shouldn't I be a coach? But I don't know how to coach. I know how to be coached.
Sure.
So I think, first of all, you have to learn your lanes. But with that being said, I always know the professionals, such as a good friend of mine, Jeff Foster, who has numerous kids that he took from not being able to skate at all to you just watched on the Olympic ice.
Sure.
Fantastic. His own daughter included, world champion. Let me take that back. I don't know if she's a world champion yet, but she skates with the world champions at that level.
Nice.
But first of all, no kid is going to be what you want them to be by force. So as a parent, you want to watch your kids do what you do. You want them to be the best at what they want to be. But I think most parents, they want to keep living their dream that didn't come true through their kids, so they push them too hard. And I would say just sit back, take notice of what your kid's doing. If it's speed skating, let's just take that for example. Watch them if they enjoy it. And then here's the hardest part for a parent to accept. Once you realize what your kid wants to do, whether it's speed skating, baseball, wrestling, I don't care. Take them to the practice, then get your butt out of the way and let the coach do their job. Stop injecting yourself into an area that you're not good at. And it's hard. Your job as the parent is to support, take them there and cheer them on during competition day. Let the coach do their job. And if that coach is not doing their job, take them to another coach. Okay. The worst thing you can do is turn that into a job for your kid and take the fun out of it. Once you take the fun out of it, it's over with.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest lesson I can tell parents. Let it be fun. And if it was meant to be, it's going to be. There's natural ability, and then there's some kids that have to work hard. So that's another thing too. If your kid's the worst at the sport, they're willing to work hard. Keep it going. Keep it going. Or if you like baseball and you're part of you're part of a softball team and you want to see your kid do good at baseball, but your kid's good at playing the saxophone. Well, just because you love baseball, don't force baseball on your kid if he loves playing the saxophone. Support him in what he does or she does. So that's about where we ran into the same thing. There came a time that one of my kids, I was skating pro all the way up into my 30s and early 40s. My youngest daughter, she decided she still liked it. My oldest daughter decided she didn't want that level. Same thing with my middle one. Let them go their own direction. Don't force what you want to do onto your kid.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
yeah, I have kids in sports, and so I've been that dad that has brought the kid to practice, and I've actually been an assistant coach a few times. I'm pretty decent athlete, and I'm not bad as a assistant coach. I've been a head coach before baseball, so I understand what you're saying. Some people just can't coach. My kid's mom, she was an ice skater, really good. And she just said she's not a good coach. She's really good at what she did. And she admits, she says that she can't coach. I mean, she could coach, but she just doesn't have the patience. I think that's the right word. So,
since we were talking about that part, here's a good piece of advice. So I mentioned Jeff Foster because he's probably one of the best coaches. Buggy Almond. These are guys going way back. They're probably names that nobody knows about. They were great on wheels and in their time, and they went on to make great athletes. So Jeff was going off to a practice with a brand new coach, starting a brand new team one time, and I turned around and I said, "Hey Jeff, what are you going over there and skating that for? What can they possibly teach you?" And he said, "Joe, sometimes you just shut your mouth, open your eyes and your ears. Everybody in this world has something to teach you."
Yeah, that's true.
It was the best advice I ever got. So from that day on, I start shutting my mouth the best I could and opening my ears and my eyes a little harder to try to learn from somebody, because you could be sitting at one of your coworkers sitting there and they're just gabbing and gabbing. You're like, I wish this guy shut up. But if you just sit there with your mouth shut, he might say something that you're going to hear that's going to help you out in life.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's interesting that you said that, because Dave Parker, who is and I'm going to do a plug real quick for the Veterans Coffee Shop It's called Richard's Coffee Shop in Mooresville, North Carolina. He's the president of the leadership program there. He shared with me the other day, he said, you know, one of the best things that he has an opportunity to learn, he says, he sits back and he observes. He said, you can sit back and observe and watch and learn so much more than interjecting and having conversations with people. Just sitting back, listening and observing is, I mean, you just learn so much more by just watching and learning. Pretty cool advice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So everything that I do, obviously I said that I met my wife back in the 7th grade. So everything I do, I literally have my wife by my side.
That's fantastic.
She is my other half. I probably don't know how to function without her. And she has put up with a lot of stuff. And I don't make this a secret, even though I was an athlete and I did that all my life. I also drank a lot, and I'm talking a lot. To give you an idea, sometimes I would drink and already have a 12-pack in me and still skate at 40 miles an hour.
Wow.
Then, by the grace of God, that all came to an abrupt halt 11 years ago.
Why is
I have
that?
not had a sip of alcohol since. And my wife stuck by my side through the drinking, and she's there with me every step of the way.
That's fantastic.
From here on out. So she's definitely truly my rock.
Nice.
And puts up with a lot of shit from me.
And what was the abrupt reason? Was there anything or an epiphany, or what was the reason?
Just I was out messing around one night, probably drunk as usual, and a couple hours later I woke up. I literally my face was down in the dirt, and
outside somewhere.
I just feel like God picked me up by the scruff of my neck, kicked me in the pie hole, and said, "Get your shit together, man." And once that happened, what happened was, business-wise, after that happened and I got my shit together, everything started happening for me. Because what was happening is, I'm a truck driver. I want to do better. Why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? And
Right.
you sit around and mope about it. And then you get drunk and mope about it. And then when you sober up, you're still in the same spot. You haven't gone nowhere. So when I stopped the drinking, I started coming up with problem solving. So I went on. That's how I ended up in North Dakota. That's how I ended up getting better finances. That's how I ended up with a small business now. I don't stop moving forward. And that's mainly because my mind is clear now and I can problem solve. Yeah. Did all the problems go away? No. The more I do in life, the more problems I have, but I don't cloud them up with alcohol now. And besides that, I think I have an addictive personality. I think they call it. So some people can go to a party on Saturday, and after the event is over with, the party's done with. I'm the kind of guy, the party continues on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so we don't take that chance ever again. I just leave the alcohol alcohol free from the day that I said no more. It's been alcohol free up until now, for 11 years straight. Come February, I have it tattooed on my arm. February 5th.
You don't
it will
forget
be 11
it.
years.
So your 12th year is coming up then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's literally like two and a half weeks from now.
Yeah. So I just said, there was a point in my life I said no more. I couldn't do it no more. I was at a standstill. I wasn't making money. I wasn't doing anything. I was just moping about it. I had a rocky road with, my parents that I'm not going to get into here. It's going a lot better now.
Right.
But the amazing part was all the problems that I thought I had, they were just put on standby when I was drunk. And then when I wasn't drunk, man, they were still there and I still had to address them.
Yeah.
They don't just go away. So, but I even had people at an AA meeting stopped in their tracks. They said, wait a minute. You're a drunk and you used to skate at 40 miles an hour? Yeah. How? Well, I was good. You know, it also helps too when you fall down on the asphalt and stuff, you don't really feel it.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Or the ice.
yeah, but yeah, so I'm happy to say that it's not behind me. I still consider myself an alcoholic. And people go, why? I go, because every day I want to go have a drink. I don't know what it's like for, for 11 years now to not have a buzz. I can't, I didn't wear my big boy pants and be responsible when I was younger because I was drinking. So I ruined that chance now. So most people, when they have a bad day at work, they go to the bar, they take the edge off. Some people indulge in other type of activities to take the edge off. I just have to deal with it head on. So
Well,
what do I do?
I hit the
work.
gym.
Yeah, I do that too. So I go to work. So if we want to continue on with the working out part of it, I haven't worked out since May 24th. I have my own gym right here. Right now, you see me in my downstairs shop in my studio where we create our own cups. And across the way, I have my own gym. It's just the house is laid out like that. And it's not that I'm spoiled. It's not that I'm rich. It's the fact that I live in North Dakota. And when I come home from the oil field, that is my main job, and it's 30 below, I don't want to put on my gym clothes and go back out into 30 below to the gym. So I bought my own equipment and I made my own room that does the job for me.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, so we do the working out here, and I haven't worked out since May 24th, as I was saying, because I had a motor vehicle accident at work. For some reason, a guy on a cell phone missed all 70 foot of my tractor trailer and wiped out the front of it, causing a partially ruptured disc in my back, dispensing fluid into where the nerves are, causing major irritation and pain.
Yeah, I actually was talking to you earlier that morning. You and I were speaking, and then we hung up, and then you had to go back to you're on your break. And I remember you reaching out to me later, or I forgot how it happened, but then you shared with me that you got injured, and I was just like, holy crap. And you were ready to go back to work. I'm like, whoa, dude, you're in shock or something. I remember that day.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of doctors and all, and it erupted. I mean, I was at I was actually preparing. I was talking to my trainer and actually getting ready to take the next step of preparing to be stage ready for bodybuilding. We were going to start working that next part of my training, and that brought it to an erupt halt. I haven't worked out since. I went from 7% body fat. I'm probably back up to, if I had to take a guess, I'm probably about 21, 25% body fat right now.
I'm probably a little higher at the moment, but yeah.
I don't work out to lose weight. A lot of people, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay, well, I'm the wrong guy. I work out to lose fat.
Right.
Weight is my friend in the world of lifting weights for size. So I don't concern myself with a scale. I concern myself with measurements of fat content. There's a huge difference. So my food, my menu, the workout regimen, and the scheduling are all based around how much body fat I'm going to shrink down in order to achieve the appearance of the muscle and what I'm trying to sculpture.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between, I tell everybody, you want to lose an abundance amount of weight, starve yourself to death. You want to have super good, strong abs, but you don't really look like you do, join the army. You want to be a bodybuilder? Well, then shut your mouth and listen to a guy that knows how to do it and develop the muscles, because it's unlike anything else that you ever seen. Right. There's a science behind it, and it's incredible. And I had, being a professional athlete, we want to think that we know everything, and I knew nothing about bodybuilding, so I had to reach out and pay money to somebody that knows how to do it. So but now I have the tools and it's fun. And we're going to try to, I've been extremely busy with the oil field and the home business.
Right.
So we are going to try to get ourselves back down into the gym, start the workout. And when I feel in between 6 to 8 weeks comes along and I'm back where I was, then I'll contact the trainer and say, okay, let's get ready for the next step.
Gotcha. I know we talked about when you were ready that we are going to get rolling on a plan together as well. And
Yeah,
I actually started already. And
I like to share with people online the workout and showing them, sometimes going live and showing us working out what, and people get this confused. It's not that I'm an asshole, but it's a proven fact that if you come to me and say, hey, write this program for me and write down exactly all the stuff that you do so I can look like you, I don't do it because it's a proven fact that if you don't pay your dues, you don't get nothing out of it. You take what I give you for free, you don't utilize it the right way, and you don't get the same results I do. And that's because you have nothing invested into it. So when people ask me to do that for free, I'll let you watch me. I'll give you a couple tips here and there, but I will not write it out for you and hand it to you because you have nothing invested into it. And what normally happens, Mike, and you know this firsthand, is they normally take the misinformation of what they thought you were saying, they screw it all up, and then try to give you a bad name saying that your method didn't work.
right.
When truly it was their mind clogged up because they had nothing invested into it in the first place.
Or they got lazy and decided not to do all the steps and they didn't do a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where you want to go next with this interview? So that was briefly on the working out, the speed skating, the
yeah, no, absolutely.
the home.
I'm about entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur, had a couple of my own businesses. Matter of fact, one of my businesses sponsors this program. So by the way, those of you that are just joining us today, don't forget to subscribe to Mike Ureta on YouTube and Instagram. I will go ahead and link the channel, but do go to YouTube and click the channel and ehnsplanning.com. Don't forget to check out ehnsplanning.com. They are our sponsors today. And really excited to have them on board. If you need environmental health and safety done, reach out to ehsplanning.com. And segueing straight into business. So, as some of you can see, I'm drinking out of this really cool little cup. I drink lemon water. It's pretty delicious. But you know what? I'd like to share something with y'all. Anybody out there know what a tumbler is? Well, you are looking at and talking with the Tumbler King here on the Iron Man Mike Show. So, and you have social media links, and we're going to get into social media afterwards, but let's talk about entrepreneurship. So you did your oil field workout, you did your professional inline skating, and now, you got injured and you're off a little bit, but you're back at work. But one day you reached out and you shared with me this really cool thing, and you and your wife decided to start doing it. So I'm going to let you take the thunder and share everything with you. But the reason why I held up my cup is because I'm having a custom one made, and I'm going to let you tell everyone what's happening.
So the Tumbler King, one day I watched, like a lot of people did on social media, and my own young brother making a tumbler. And my question was, well, what the heck is a tumbler? So a tumbler is simply comes from the fact that these cups, they spin on spinners and they're tumbling. And while they're tumbling, we have all these inks behind me. We have over 100 different combinations, more than 100 inks and powders that we actually drop into these cups. Okay. And we come up with some beautiful colors.
I like that one. That one looks pretty cool.
This one actually, I don't know if you can see it.
I can. What are those?
They're not Christmas trees.
They're a
They're-
little marijuana, a little symbol.
Yes, they are. It's just something we had them laying around. We decided, and that will come into play in a few minutes here. So that is what a tumbler is. A lot of people say, "Well, what's a tumbler?" Well, it's these cups, and the reason that they spin on spinners is that's how they got the name tumbler. But they're actually just a stainless steel. This happens to be a 20-ounce skinny, one of the most popular ones.
Nice.
So we started
Continue.
off by dropping inks on here, and Mike's been here since day one. Mike, as of today, with his business and his podcasting and everything, is the #1 supporter of Harley's Doggy Dog World.
Right. And we usually give one away on one of my podcasts. So I didn't even talk about this in advance with you, but I think we should probably give one away today on the show. And then we'll have to come up with a question and
So-
maybe towards the end, and maybe we'll have a winner.
If
to
you
get
get one from Mike, he has an also awesome red and black camo scheme. It will have his logo on here. It will have his website on here. And that's the tumbler that you get. These are one of a kind. These are special with his stuff on there, and we keep them on standby in our shop. Mike has his own logos and everything that are all in our system. And when he gives one away to one of his customers, one of his listeners, followers, we have everything ready on standby, and it gets shipped right out. Mike is one of the few that we do that for. I have a lot of people say to me, "Well, how come I don't have, one on standby?" Well, have you bought, as of today, 18 cups from me? And a lot of things, Mike is a businessman.
Yep.
Obviously, all that stuff and all that material costs money. So if you get one from Mike, I hope you really appreciate. It's normally around a $65 value that you're getting in your hand for free. So I really hope that you appreciate that he's sending this out, because there's nothing supporting the cost of that. That's actually a loss to Mike, but he takes care of all of his listeners.
Yep.
So
Well, I
that is
appreciate that very much.
that is a tumbler. And we started off by ink dropping. We have got into let me get it. Okay, here's a good example. This is another form of a tumbler.
Oh, that one looks familiar.
Okay. This is actually a wrap on here that my wife did, followed up with glitter. And then the whole entire thing is epoxied in to make it seal all together. So that's another form that we do here. We are not a tumbler company that also makes hats. We're not a tumbler company that also does shirts or anything else. We are a cup company. If you want cups, that's what we specialize in. If it's a coffee mug, a beer mug, a 20-ouncer, a 20-ouncer with a handle, a 30-ouncer, we do mugs. I do not mix up with anything else. I specialize, and that's why I am called the Tumbler King. My wife is called the Tumbler Queen. This is what we specialize in.
Nice.
So now we have taken it to another level. My company came to me that I work for in the oil field, Select Energy, and they said, "Hey, can you make us a tumbler representing our company?" This happens to be the oil truck that I drive. With an oil field, I don't know if you can see them. There are actually pump jacks in the background.
Yep.
So I've taken one layer after another layer and into my program on my computer, and I have welded them together to come up with this tumbler. Okay. We also love doing here is taking your picture. I was getting ready to invest in all kinds of fancy equipment, camera work and stuff like that. And the more you get involved in cameras and the best there is on the market, you find out real fast, I don't know how to use it. There's so many settings.
Right.
Or it shook and you're like, okay, I just spent $5,000-6,000 in this camera. Why is the picture all blurry? Well, we found out really fast that cell phones have come so far.
Yeah.
You can actually just do the picture from there. So this happens to be one of mine. We keep this on display. Believe it or not, the redness in this for this heart actually started off very poor. It's sloppy. And with the program that I have on my phone,
That
I
looks
can
great.
actually take it and make it brighter or
Nice.
dimmer. I can do whatever I want. So we're asking, I'm going to set it up on the website, but I have a new one where if you don't like what I have, well then put you on my Tumblr. I am going to start going to bike shows,
Very
and
cool.
on the spot at like Sturgis, Daytona, I'm going to put bikers on Tumblers.
Nice.
And then I also have the capability of writing the event that we're at in any color I want. If you're there with your wife, Dale and Judy, or whatever your names are, I can put that right on the spot. When's the last time you've been to an event? I don't care if it's a bike event, a marathon, bicycle racing. When's the last time you've been to an event that you can get you on the product?
Exactly. Kids soccer tournament or something like that.
Anything.
Right.
Here's another. I love the colors in it.
Wow, I like that one. That one actually looks really cool.
This is really, it has actual gold sparkles of river running through this one. So, I mean, your imagination just runs wild. So, and then
Anybody
we
wants
also,
to get one of these, you can go to, let me just give a quick plug for you. So go to
myshopify.com.
And I'll go ahead and link it on the YouTube video when I upload this to YouTube. Those of you that are watching this live, if you go to Harley's Doggy Dog World .shopify,
myshopify.com.
And if you go on there today, if you're listening, you get a special discount code, which I'm going to let you know what that is. The special discount code is
Iron Mike.
So if you type in the Iron Mike, you'll be able to get a tumbler with that discount code, and
I believe that's 10%.
Yeah. And that'll let Joe here know that you were either here or you saw one of my videos. So definitely support him and his wife and her efforts. Matter of fact, I was real quick before we do a segue to something else. You know, my new logo I put on the well, on Facebook.
Yes.
The one with me pointing. I was just thinking you could do that logo, or the picture on one side, and then somehow put the logo on the other side and the website in the bottom. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'll have to see what I can do.
Yeah, because now that you're doing the photo ones, I think that'd be kind of cool. And then, of course, I held up a plastic cup earlier because I've purchased all of, what'd you say, 18? Am I up to 18 already?
I believe you are.
Yeah, so I've purchased that many from him, but I've given them all away. I give them away for Christmas. I've given away on my podcast here. I've given a few away to some guests who've been on my show. And so I need to get mine. I know you're making some for me right now.
You have one. I have it here in the shop, but you're not going to see it until you do your unboxing. You have one unlike any of the ones that you have given away to your guests, and it's a beer stein.
Nice.
And it's just about finished and ready to be shipped out, and it has it's different.
Nice.
It's it will definitely stand out.
Nice. Well, I told Joe he ran with this. This is a gift that he's doing for me, which I greatly appreciate. And I told him I'd pay for it, and he's all, no, this is for you. But man, I'm looking forward to getting this. This is going to be so cool. I want to tell everyone real quick. I ordered some other tumblers before I met Joe, and I'm not going to name names, from some other folks, 2 other companies. And when I received those, the quality of those compared to Tumbler King here, Joe Cusac, I'm telling you, I could not tell that this was handmade. I mean, the quality that he does is top notch. So if you decide to go on his website, you don't need to wait for birthdays or Christmases. You can just do it any time of the year. They're amazing cups. They fit right in your cup holder, in your car rest while you're driving or at work, and they're great gifts. I mean, I'm telling you.
So our
they're
website,
great
when you go
quality.
on there, you're gonna see plain silver tumblers. And you're gonna see a price, whether it's 25, 30, 40, whatever it is. Very unusual price for a plain tumbler. So that's self-explanatory that they are customized. So if you get on there and you get lost in the website and you make a purchase, and I say, hey, all right, somebody purchased the 20-ounce skinny. There's no instructions here. We're going to contact you back and say, what's going on? What do you want? What colors do you want? And if you have the capability, like me and Mike are doing here now, we'll do it on social media, or we'll do it in a private call, and you can watch us actually make your tumbler. So we go one-on-one, and if we are not 100% satisfied, this has nothing to do with the customer, but if we are not 100% satisfied, that tumbler does not leave the shop. I refuse to put crap out there. You're also going to have to wait, because these are not Walmart. These are custom handmade. You're going to have to wait anywhere from, we always say 2 to 4 weeks. Reality, it's usually 1 to 2 weeks with the creating and the shipping and stuff like that.
Creative designing, they're custom made, one of a kind, everyone. So if you'd like to get a tumbler, I'm telling you, once again, tell them the website.
It is Harleys Doggy Dog World .myshopify.com.
There you go.
So one of your tumblers will be on my spinner for 4 days. And then if it passes the inspection between me and my wife to make sure that there's no flaws in it, then we'll make sure it's 100% cure, and then it will be shipped out to you.
Nice.
But as of today, not that I have any reports, I have not got one bad review yet, because we had 3 creators here and we all inspect them. And if there's something wrong, it just doesn't go out the door. Now there's another part of the business. I don't know if everyone agrees with this part of the business, but we also make custom bongs, made out of a steel tumbler. And the people that I deal with that are taking this, we decided to do it. One, because it's becoming more and more legal. These are traditionally called hookahs. People smoke tobacco out of these, and other people also put marijuana in these. I don't do either, but I did capitalize on the market.
And neither do I.
So stainless steel, the same quality as my tumbler. This one happens to be sublimation, or this one would be a handcrafted one. This is actually real caution tape.
Wow, that one looks pretty cool.
That's real caution tape. I'm thinking about putting 420 on there and making it a caution 420.
Right. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So
you do, not only do you do tumblers, but you're now doing bongs, and they're also custom made, or you could do the photo on those as well, correct?
yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. So yesterday, now our company, you don't see us on TikTok a lot. You don't see us on Clapper a lot. You don't see us on Facebook a lot. You'll see us there occasionally, because we are entrepreneurs that inject ourselves into our own community. I have cups. We just got done doing business yesterday at the dance studio again.
Mm-hmm.
Our cups are flying off the shelf at the coffee shops.
Nice.
I was all day traveling yesterday, setting up meetings and doing sales pitch to different shops that sell bongs and smoking items. I didn't notice at first, but the one that I contacted that I knew that would listen to my sales pitch, because they sell those type of items, I happen to find out that they have locations in different states, and they have 10 different stores. So it might turn into something really good. They were excited about it. They were also excited about price range. You take one of these type of bongs. We sell the customs on this on my website. This would be $70 for the bong, plus $10 for the shipping in the US. Where if I have a sublimated one, this is $50 plus the $10 for shipping. In the stores, I'm not changing that price. So the stores will actually be the 70 and the 50.
Nice,
I am beating anybody else's price.
nice.
I don't price, I make sure that I listen to the market, even with the cups. I listen to the market to see what the pricing's going. And obviously, like a smart businessman, I want to beat out my competition. But we also price according to what we feel that they're worth to us and what our time is worth. And that's how we come up with our prices. The market is so saturated, and there's people just charging whatever they want because they can. And we don't operate like that. We operate like a real business. We're not just a hobby. We are actually a licensed business. Harley's Doggy Dog World actually is a licensed business. Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of new people just popping in right now. And just real quick, those of you that are popping in, this is Joe Cusac, and he is the Tumbler King. He is an athlete and he is an entrepreneur, and he's on the Iron Man Mike show today. And don't forget to follow his social media. I'll link that in the YouTube video once I get that uploaded. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Mike Ureta Podcasts, and also on Instagram. So those of you that are just popping in, we have a discount code if you decide to go to Harley's Doggy Dog World .myshopify.com.
Yep.
And type in Iron Mike, and you can get a discount code. Check out his product. It's pretty amazing. Man, I'm just excited that you're here. But go ahead and continue.
Yeah, so we're not real big on social media. We've seen how it was going, and business wise, we just don't understand that they're calling themselves a business and taking their business model, and they're relying on TikTok to stay in business forever. They're relying on Clapper to stay in business forever, or YouTube. I wanted to rise above anybody else making cups. So the first thing that we did, we said, okay, if we're making cups, our business model is going to be cups. It's not going to be cups and shirts, cups and hats. We are cups. That's the first. The second thing is we have 3 creators at this business. So when I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm having a rough time, or Mike calls up and says, hey, I want this design, and I'm just going blank, well, then my wife steps in, or my daughter steps in. You know, we put our pride aside, we put the customer first, and then we just go to town and we make what they want, and we go beyond making what they want. We are not going to accept for anything less than spectacular. Okay, and that's just the way that we're going to operate. We watch a lot of other creators. We don't bash anybody. They all do a great job. We don't always agree with the job they do, but everyone does a pretty good job. But then we wanted to take it to the next step. We said, okay, if we're going to be in this business and I'm going to invest in all this money, I want to actually go into brick and mortar buildings, and I want to present myself. Because what's better than, you have to sit back and wait for the reactions of people. And believe it or not, I'm nervous about every single cup that goes out. I'm nervous about the reaction. I want to make sure that they love it as much as I love it. Well, when you're dealing with brick and mortar and you're dealing with actual physical customers live on the scene, they had that item in their hand. They can inspect it. All sales are final. If they just bought it for whatever price tag I put on there, well, they knew what all the flaws were and they accepted it. When you're dealing online, we're hoping after they paid ahead of time that they accept the flaws that we've seen. And if they don't, well, then we got problems.
Right.
So I love dealing with actual business. So we just had meetings with smoke shops for the bong part of it. The dance studios, we make, do I have anything here? Oh, I'll get to a funny story about the dance studio. So, you know, we're in the dance studios, we're in the coffee shops. People are loving them. They're flying off the shelves. So we just keep restocking them. The Harleys Doggy Dog World is making not this when we go live, we are actually making a steady monthly income now at this business. And we are getting ready to take it to the next level and blow the tumbler business out of the water by putting your pictures with your bikes or whatever you want on the spot in front of you. Here you go. Thank you for your business. And, you know, I'm going to go from the oil field to full-time tumbler making with my wife by my side, traveling, and that's going to be our business.
Nice.
We have this one ready to go today. We are doing so good in the community that we like to give back. We like to help. We found out the unfortunate news that somebody at the local hardware store has cancer. You hear it too often. And when you're doing good in business and you have the capability of like what I just showed you, well, then you use that for something good. So I think we're taking 2 of them, but here's one that we just printed out last night. Popular show, beautiful colors.
Oh, nice. Hold it up on the other, hold it up on Facebook too.
Oh, okay. So I think this is a popular show called Wednesday. A lot of people watch it. I've never watched it, but my wife said, let's make this one. This happens to be a hydro that you can pop the nipple out and drink. There's a straw inside here,
Yeah.
or you get a lid with this too.
Gotcha.
So it's your choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the fundraiser for the event. Place this up there to go out for bidding. I think we're having 2 of them to raise money for the individual to try to pay the bills.
Nice.
So,
I also would like to, 2 things just popped into my head. I'd like to see if we can do a continuous Richard's Coffee Shop one, and I'm going to have that in their store. And we'll see if we can get that, get people to buy those. We'll probably start with maybe 3 or 4. So I'll coordinate with you for that one there. And also, those of you that are just live here on YouTube or Facebook, when we upload this podcast, this is the Ironman Mike Show, and we are giving away on the live. We're going to give away a Ironman Mike tumbler. So Joe, if you want to hold that up to both cameras so everyone can see that. So we're going to do a giveaway. You got to stick around to the end, and we're one lucky person who is watching currently is going to get an Ironman Mike tumbler from the Tumbler King. They'll have the logo on there, and we're going to be giving that away. I haven't decided yet who's going to get it. I might have you put some comments, or I might have you do a phone. No, not a phone in. We'll come up with something towards the end here, but we'll have somebody that will win this at the end. We'll have to collaborate and figure this out at the end there. But those of you that would like to go ahead and order one, go to the Harleys Doggy Dog World, myshopify.com, and you can go ahead and order one and check them out. They're blanks, but he'll make a custom one for you. And
yeah, we still have a couple on the website too if they just want to shop through there.
Okay, gotcha. And then,
but if they put your code in, they get the discount.
Yep, and then so you have to do the code. The code is Iron Mike, so you have to put in Iron Mike. But man, I'm excited. I'm loving seeing your new products coming up, and you're just expanding and growing. I'm really excited.
So we thought about everything when putting this business together, and as you can tell, when you say Harley's Doggy Dog World, that does not remind you of a tumbler at all. So people are like, all right, what does Harley's Doggy Dog World have to do with making a cup? And my answer to that is absolutely nothing. But what it does is anytime you think about Harley Davidson, you think about doggies or dog world or anything like that, and you put that together in a Google search, I get injected into that conversation all the time now because Google, with the algorithm, takes the most popular words. Harley happens to be one of my grandchildren, so it's a Harley's Doggy Dog World. It's a doggy dog world out there, and we're doing our part to make it a little bit better. And that's all it is. It has nothing to do with tumblers. It has everything to do with the algorithm and the Google search.
Right.
So whether you want me in your face or not, I'm there.
Gotcha. So I see some comments on Facebook. Are you able to read those, sir?
I think because it's your live that I can't see them, or I might have them. Do I have it shut off?
Casey Nunez, he's on the live. We have up to like, I think I saw a few people there. Oh, he says there's a major echo.
On my part or your part?
Oh, apparently on my Facebook. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. maybe you can turn your volume down a little
I
bit.
turned my volume all the way down because I heard it in the beginning, so it has to be on your Facebook.
Yeah, I turned mine down, so that's weird. Let me try that again. Thanks for letting us know, Casey. There, hopefully that helped there.
Yeah, I can briefly see the comments, but not all that good because they show up really small on Facebook.
Gotcha. All right, well, man, I think that's fantastic.
So, oh, I wanted to share something. So when I started this venture off in the oil field, I did it on the Bowflex Max trainer, and that was back in 2016. So the Bowflex Max trainer is one of those type of cardio machines that is super hard. It's a combination of a Stairmaster, a spinner, a hill climber, and it measures how many calories you can burn in a certain amount of time. And so being a pro athlete, when I first got into the oil field, I was like, all right, I got to keep my workout going. I kept watching the info commercials. You know, the machine for a home machine wasn't very cheap. I think I paid $2,700 for the thing at the time. So I got it, and then I quickly learned as soon as I got it, and this thing's hard to do. Well, being a pro athlete, I was like, well, I'm not going to let it kick my butt. We're going to do what we have to do. So I mastered the thing, and where some people couldn't even do 5 minutes on it or keep up the pace on it, I ended up doing, my best time was 1,000 calories in 25 minutes.
I remember you telling me about that.
Excruciating, just keep going. And I had to take everything I learned from pro racing, the breathing techniques and everything else, and put them to use on this. Well, so a lot of people on YouTube started tuning into that channel, and trying to compete and beat me on it. And I have friends from that combined together with the Facebook channel that are still doing it. But recently I haven't done it in, man, probably over a year, only because YouTube is a difficult beast. You have to have everything right. You get criticized all the time. If somebody doesn't like the lighting, if there's shadows in the back, if they don't like your music, YouTube is a beast. And it finally just got the best of me. And I used to run the workout program with 3 different angles of camera. So as you know, Mike, that's a lot of editing. That's a lot of time behind the scenes.
Yes, it is.
So
that's an understatement.
but there's people still watching my videos, and on the YouTube got involved into what they call shorts now. I don't know if you've taken an advantage of their shorts, just like Clapper has in TikTok.
On YouTube, yeah.
Yes.
I've got.
Matter of fact, I just got the notification about the financial part about that. They're going to start allowing you to try to make a couple bucks off of it if it goes through.
Yeah, I got my first check 4 days ago, so I was pretty excited. Yeah.
So the one thing I don't like about YouTube is they're up and down, up and down. I've never collected even 1 dime off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Just the way I had it set up. So, but a gentleman contacted me and said that he loved my tumblers, but he first discovered me on the Bowflex Max trainer. He weighed 400 pounds.
Wow.
He took my tips that I gave out on how to not give up and to master this machine. And within a year or two, he went from 400 pounds down to like 265.
Wow, that's a lot of weight.
Shredded up, and it's going to continue on shredding up.
Nice.
And it was so to me, even though I never collected money off of YouTube, YouTube was a big success because I have one story after another after another. It kind of, you can only take, even though you try not to let it bother you, you can only take so many beat downs on social media of smart mouths that you know that if they were standing there with you, they wouldn't be talking the way they're talking.
Right.
But every once in a while, through the smoke, those stories will pop through, and then it made it all worthwhile that you did what you did. So I was really excited. I reached back out to them and thanked them for those words. But that's exciting when somebody tells you what you did out there really helped them. You know, I used to get all the time on there, this was the worst review I have ever heard. And I said, well, probably because it was never a review.
Wow.
So, You know, I actually did a review from top to bottom, breaking down the machine, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, the difficulties in it, you know, from the beginners to an expert. And that one got some pretty good reviews. And you know, ironically though, you go through all that stuff and an equipment piece like Bowflex never ever once reached out to me and even said, "Hey, thanks for promoting our stuff."
They probably have a ton of people doing the
You
same
know,
thing. So.
or like their models that they get to ride these things. That's exactly what they are. They're models, because even at 54 years old, they would never be able to keep up with me on a darn thing.
Right.
You know, and then I hit the hard truths about these equipments and stuff like that. You know, am I going to get the 6-pack abs? No. Is it going to make me shred up like you? No. You know, well, what is it going to do? It's going to build your cardio. That's why it's called cardio. It's going to
Exactly.
burn the calories in your bloodstream and build your cardio. That's all these machines are going to do.
Yeah.
So
It'll burn a little fat, but not enough if you're not.
yeah, I
using
had
the
fun
wire.
with it, but I pretty much, other than the shorts for my Tumblr business, I pretty much stopped. I stopped all YouTube filming, and it's just because it's killing me. I used to, it used to take 7 days a week.
Yeah, I remember you were doing a lot.
I was doing a lot of them. You know, I come home, I had to do that. Being down in the gym, you make sure that there was no noise going on in the house because of the filming. If one thing goes wrong, if you have a TV playing, if you have music playing, they hit you with copyrights, and then a half hour of editing and putting everything together is a waste because they just ban you from it. And it's just like, I had enough. I'm done. You know, so now it's social media. I'm grateful for social media because we're doing things like we're doing today, but at the same time, social media is not going to dictate on how my business goes. And that's why I don't base my business around social media. I just come here when I have time to come here.
Exactly. No, I think that's important that you set up your business profile, your business plan in such a way that it's going to allow you to be successful, and stick with the values, how you want your values to be. And back to talking about entrepreneurship. There might be someone on here listening right now wondering, hey, I'm about to start a business, probably trying to figure out how to get that started. Sometimes you just need that inspiration to just to get it started. And you have to have that drive and dedication. And if you don't do it and you don't have that anyway, then I would not recommend anyone to get into business for themselves.
Well, I would like to tell that person, because you're going to have somebody listening. All right. And the first thing that they're going to say is, all right, well, I see everybody making these. Okay, good. There's 800 billion people in the world. Can I possibly make tumblers for 800 billion people? No. Can I possibly have all the ideas that everybody wants? No. If you want to make a tumbler and you want to do what I'm doing, make the tumbler. Number one, do not ask mommy and daddy if it's a good idea. Don't ask anybody in your family if it's a good idea. Don't ask your friends if it's a good idea. Put a business plan together, know your direction, what direction you want to go, know where you want to end up, and man, don't stop until you get there. That's the bottom line. So in this particular business, there's two people. There's the hobby, arts and crafts. Okay. You want to do that. You want to have fun. You want to play with it online. Go ahead. And then there's the serious business part of it. You want to make it a business, jump both feet in the fire and go. Don't stop. Don't ask nobody their opinion. Come up with a game plan. You are going to fail. You are going to waste money. You're going to have setbacks.
Yep.
But if you're dead serious, you're going to have a business. All right. I already said I'm rising above. I will be at Sturgis. I will be at Daytona. I will be at motocross races. I will be at marathons. I will be at birthday parties. Did you notice what I said? I will be. I didn't say I hope to be. I will be.
Right.
There's
and I know you will be.
Okay. I'm going to show
might
you an
be
example.
joining you too.
I'm going to show you an example of a setback or of I'm a businessman. This is my business. I have no one to blame anymore. Okay. So when you're in business, this is what happens. This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah, that's great. It's upside down.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. Crash. Let's try again. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, it's upside down. Trash.
Again? Twice?
Twice. Third time I got it right. Because in sublimation, you read everything backwards.
Right.
Okay. So I'm looking at it. I go, oh, yeah. I wrapped the cup, put it through the heat press. My wife said, that's great. It's upside down. All right. Give me another one. All right. That's great. It's upside down.
Oh, my goodness.
Money out the pocket. Welcome to business.
And you can't even, well, at least it's a write-off. You can use it as a loss.
Yeah, of course. But when you're trying to get them out and you have your whole schedule lined out and you're going to the dance studio and you're going to the coffee shop and you have a meeting over here and you want to print these out and get everything going, that's a setback, man. I don't have time for that. Let's go.
Right. That was Danny. Danny Food Grow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what can you do? You can only laugh about it, you know.
Oh man.
I'm not going to throw the cup away. I'll find something to do with this cup.
Right.
So it's not a total write-off.
Well, maybe you can rewrap it.
So you cannot use this for sublimation no more. It's done for sublimation. True story. I had this bright idea. Okay, if I ever screw up in sublimation, and if you don't know what sublimation is, that's actually fusing ink through heat directly to this steel tumbler that's permanent. All right.
Put it on a tumbler and spin it and put ink on it.
Well, I could if it would cover that up. But here's a true story. I use some of the best line of paint to cover one of these for a background. 4 coats, and this still popped through all 4 coats.
Oh.
That's how powerful sublimation is.
Wow, that's interesting.
So there's other things and other tricks of the trade that we can use so we don't take a total loss.
Well, what were you going to say then?
Huh?
What were you going to say then? What was your option or your thought to fix that or to reuse it?
Put a wrap on it.
Oh, perfect.
Put a wrap, lace it up, make it look beautiful, do whatever you want, coat it with epoxy and turn it into a coated cup.
Hey, I like that camo one.
And nobody will ever know that that was a mess up. It's
Right.
the same quality. Like I said, we ship quality out here, but that's a mess up. And and I did that live online.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So somebody's seen that happen twice. It was great. So,
Nice.
but yeah, we have fun here. Here's another example. This is a acrylic sparkly paint with
Oh,
a
that
wrap
looks
on
nice.
there. And then this will be all locked in and coated.
Nice.
So-
That looks gorgeous. Show that on Facebook too. Oh, look at that, guys.
It's absolutely beautiful. My wife is starting to make a whole
Oh,
line of these
is that
coffee
a-
cups.
Is that a wrap of some sort?
Yeah, that's a wrap on there. And
Wow,
then
that
it-
looks
And then
fabulous.
it's actually sealed in. And then you get a care card with every one of our cups. So if you lose our care card, our Harley's Doggy Dog World, you notice, I'll show it on there in a minute. If you notice the words on the outside, you can never forget how to take care of our cups because it tells you in
Oh,
the circle there exactly how to
nice.
take care of our cups.
So now you don't have a insert, it's just a cool design.
Well, we still put the insert.
Oh, okay. In case
We
it
put
looks-
the insert, we put a business card in there, but we wanted to make sure that nobody ever forgot how to wash it and take care of it, hand cleaning it. So we
Nice.
put it all in the circle there.
I think that looks awesome.
So
That's a great idea. Nice.
here's another one. These ones are incredible. These are like a galaxy.
I like that one. That one looks nice.
These are a new style of ink dropping that my wife has come across. I started off the business of the ink dropping and thought it would be really neat. And
Ooh.
I soon found that my wife, once she had the courage to get in front of the camera and take over, she was much better than me. where I have the patience. A lot of people would say, well, sublimation is just easy. You can just wrap the cup, press it, you're done. Okay. I had to go and get this. My company didn't give this to me. I had to go find the background. I had to take the photograph of the truck. I had to weld these together, fuse them all together, go into the programs, make sure everything was right. So where I can press one after another, after another, after another, and make multiple of these, I still have the time up at the programs where I have to create these.
Right.
I think there's a real big misconception. Now, we just had someone last night interested in doing sublimation. And I said, if you are wanting to get into sublimation because you're under the misconception that it's easy, you're going to be frustrated. So take your time. And that's right down to when you wrap these cups. One little mistake in the world of sublimation, if people see lines and stuff where you met them together,
Right.
they don't like it. They're paying good money for it, and they should be 100% satisfied with them. So, but there's a lot of people in the world of sublimation. They want to make that quick buck. They want to wrap it real quick and throw it to you and say, "Here, give me that money." And I'm telling you right now, inspect your cups, make sure they're 100%. And if they're anything less than what you asked for, get your money back.
Well, I think you guys are doing a great job. Absolutely.
So, and
Fantastic
then
job.
don't get me wrong, there's cups that I struggle sometimes. I'm like, it's not 100%. My wife's like, it's perfect. It's perfect. And I talked to J Dub's art. He goes through the same thing as artists, his wife. I talked to other creators on here, and they all struggle with the same thing. They're like, oh my God, I don't like this, I don't like that. And it slows down the process, and they beat themselves, and then the customer gets it and they fall in love with it, and they're like, oh, okay. But we created it. We see all the flaws.
Yeah.
But sometimes the flaws are not as bad, but we are in a different position because we have 3 creators here. So we all inspect them, we all take a look at them,
Right.
and we all criticize each other.
Yeah.
So it works out really good. We have a really good combination, and this business is going. I will not be driving a truck for the rest of my life.
No, that's awesome. I'm looking forward to you getting out there. What's your first, where do our viewers go? Where are you going to be setting up booths at? Where can they meet you at? Where's your first event? Is it going to be Sturgis?
Well, actually, we do events now. So I live in Western North Dakota. If you ever knew anything about the oil boom, the town Williston was a famous town where chaos during the boom happened. I live 45 minutes from that town. So there's events that happen there all the time that we set up booths and tables. Minot, North Dakota, which is called the Magic City. If you're in the military, in the Air Force, you know about this. You have nothing good to say about this Magic City if you were in the Air Force, because when it hits 30 below, you hate your life. So they have major events there. And so we are out there and we're doing shows. As far as the sublimation, I just put in the paperwork for Sturgis. If you're not familiar with Sturgis, it's an event for bikers, not just Harleys, but bikers, full week. And we are hoping to go to Sturgis and look across the room because my beautiful wife just woke up.
Oh, I'm looking to see her.
I should only be on camera because we were up until 2 a.m. working in the shop.
Well, just come say hello real quick in the mic. You can be off camera.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So, yeah, but Sturgis is where the big show, where I want to be. And I already have it planned out where I want to be, what I want to do, and how I want to run the business. But as far as that one off, can I show that one on the camera?
Yeah.
I'm taking off a tumbler that my wife just stopped from spinning. This is a custom that we're getting ready to put a logo on for a customer. Woo!
Thank God it's not wet.
Thank God it's not wet. Yeah, the table's protected. We're good.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. Wow.
So, yeah, there's a.
Whoa, that looks nice.
Can't have it, Mike. Getting a logo on it today.
Darn it. I'm
Here's
liking that
the
one.
here's the other. So that one was black background, red, white, blue, and black in it.
No, just red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue with a black background. This is a white background with red, white, and black drizzle in it, and their logo going on there.
Oh, nice. What was that? Sons of Liberty?
Yeah,
Very cool.
Sons of Liberty happens to be a company that fights for your Second Amendment rights. They also
I've heard of them. I know them.
promote
I've seen their
gun
YouTube
sales and
videos.
stuff like that. So they actually came to us and said, "Hey, anyone can do a sublimation. Can you do a ink drop and put our logo on it?" And my wife said, "Yes, I can."
Thanks to
um,
trial and error with Iron Man Mike.
That is true too. That's not even that is a true statement because of
I
Mike
know.
coming to our company. Not only were we able to figure out how to make his logo, we were able to figure out how to do what they call water slides, different images and stuff like that, and perfect it because Iron Mike is a pain in the butt and doesn't take no for an answer. But
Perfection has to be key.
that's in the world of business, you're going to have customers. This is not referring to you, Mike. You're going to have customers that you go, "Oh man, I wish I didn't take that contract. Oh, I wish I didn't do this." Those difficult ones, take them. And my suggestion is tell your customer, "I don't know if I can actually do that, but if I can, I'll let you know." And take the challenge. Don't be afraid to say you've never done it before. Take the challenge. They might move on somewhere. Take the challenge to see if you can create it. You don't know how many more customers you're going to get out of that, So everything that we have, customers know what they want. They know what their logos are, but they don't hand them to us. We create them in-house here. Mike has never mailed me one sticker, one logo, one anything. We create them all right here in-house.
Yep.
So
Is Brenda still right there?
oh, she just walked up to the graphing room.
Oh, I was going to ask her a question regarding the contest. Well, when she comes back in, let me know because we need to give away an Iron Man Mike tumbler on this live. But this is what I was thinking. I think we should give it away. And so you have to be watching this on YouTube. You have to comment. You have to subscribe. You have to hit the notification button on both the Tumbler Kings YouTube channel and Iron Man Mike's YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is, you go to YouTube and search Mike, URUETA, and that'll get you to but I'll also have the link here, but you're gonna have to find it too. So whoever's listening to this and watching this podcast right now, you're gonna have to subscribe and hit the notification bell on both of our channels, and you have to comment. And the comment is this: tell me the name of my horse and tell me how old was Joe's wife when they first met? What grade? So the only way you're going to know that if you watch the entire.
The name of your horse, they have to be watching for a while now.
Yeah. So you're going to have to know exactly what that is. So it was named in one of my YouTube videos, and you're just going to have to watch. So if you want to get that, the first person to comment, and then let's see, how are they going to know? Oh, you're just going to have to put it in the comments on this YouTube video here, and the first one that comments both the correct answers is going to be the winner. Sound fair?
Well, actually, they're not going to find me on YouTube. That's actually
the YouTube channel.
The YouTube is actually the oil field workout guy, so I don't think they're going to find me.
Well, that's how they were going to find it.
Okay, they're going to find me on the oil field workout guy.
Oh, see, now you gave it away. Well, that's okay. But
they can comment. They can go to the last Tumblr short video I put, and they can leave a comment there.
There you go. So, well, they need to leave it here on this video.
Okay, they can leave a comment there. Yeah, if they want to find me, it's the oil field workout guy on YouTube, and I just took over the channel with Tumblers.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so those are the two questions. You got to name my horse. And you have to comment the name of my horse and what grade Joe met his wife in. And those two, you got to comment. The first one to comment on this video, but guess what? We haven't posted it yet. And those of you that are live here, that are still here, wait a minute, we have someone here that knows both the answers. So I think she might have to be excluded because she's already won. Yeah, you cannot have won already. Lori.
Which one is Lori on your Facebook?
She's on Facebook right now. I think that's her.
I don't even think I have. Do you have Lori on Facebook, friend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've already won, you can't re-win. We're gonna let someone else win an Ironman Mike Tumbler. So those
You
are-
might want to leave it exclusive to the YouTube. That way you can get them there.
Well, that's what I said. They have to go to YouTube and subscribe.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So
I
So-
subscribed when you first started.
So just to be clear, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel and you can't unsubscribe. You gotta stay as a loyal listener. Hit the notification bell, comment and answer two questions: the name of my horse and what grade Joe was in when he met his wife. All right, so don't say it, Brenda.
Say it, Brenda.
No, don't say it. No, don't say it. Because we already said it earlier and they had to watch the whole video.
So,
What was the question you wanted to ask me?
oh, what was the question you wanted to ask Brenda? She's back in the room.
Oh, yeah, it was just I wanted to find out a question, but while you're out, I thought of that. So there we go.
Yeah. As far as the cup, as soon as you figure out who the winner is, we will.
Do you
the
guys want to
process.
also do a second one, a giveaway? Do you want to do two giveaways? You guys can give away one from your company as well.
We want to give one away.
If you want to do that, then you have to come up with how are you going to pick someone? So if you want
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, you know what? We have what they ought to do is just look for us on Clapper, and we'll probably do another one, another special one there instead of. Let's just leave it to yours right now, and then if we can, because we're trying to come up with different events all the time.
Nice.
So we'll
Fantastic.
figure something out. Like
All right.
like we do weird things. Like we have a little treasure box, and once in a while we'll put like 10% off or free or something. We'll shake it up, and then we're gonna go in here and we're gonna pull stuff out, and we're gonna do different events and stuff like that.
Nice.
So the best thing they can do for us is find the Tumbler King on Clapper or Izzy B 81. Is it Izzy B or Izzy B 81 on Clapper?
Yeah, so go to social media and
You're
look
not
for
even awake
Tumbler
yet.
King on Clapper app. That's a new app. It's similar to TikTok, but it's better. You can search for me, Ironman Mike, and also Tumbler King and Izzy
B 81.
Izzy. That's ISSYB.
Oh.
81.
IZZYB.
Oh, ZZ.
IZZYB 81.
Perfect. Well, that's it. And if you decide to go to Harley's Doggy Dog World, my Spotify.com,
My
you can go
Shopify.
ahead and Shopify. Shoot, sorry, I said that wrong.
Right.
I'll have the link down below, and then you can type in Iron Mike for the discount code, and you'll be able to order your own and check out their website. It's pretty cool. So, well, man, this interview has been pretty awesome. I always enjoy chatting with you, and I don't know if your wife wants to chime in, if she wants to share anything regarding the business or anything.
Anything to share? She said no.
Okay.
She's not a camera person.
I was trying to get her to sit.
You know
in.
how long it took me to get her own camera just to start actually the business and making tumblers?
I know.
It took a long time. She's like, I'm not going to be on that camera.
Nice. So before we wrap this up, why don't you tell us any goals? I know you talked about going to Sturgis and you're trying to grow your business. Outside of the business, is there anything else, any goals or anything that you want to share with the our audience here?
Not really goals. It's just a change in the pace. You know, life is going by too quick. The purpose of this entrepreneur and this business is so me and and my wife, we have the luxury of traveling. We have grandchildren in Pennsylvania. We have grandchildren here. We have family in different areas. We both love riding motorcycles together. So this type of business and being an entrepreneur and self-employed is going to give us the opportunity to be able to do that and be. I'm tired of being locked down to one place. I want to be, if I'm in Florida tomorrow, I don't want to have to be on a schedule where I have to be somewhere else right away. I can just take my time, and wherever we park, that becomes home for the night. We don't have to be anywhere else. So the goal at this point, coming up on 54 years old, is to actually take this world and enjoy it the way it was supposed to be. Not locked down and, I'm a robot, I'm going to the oil field today. It's getting old and life is going by too quick. We all need money. We all have to survive. But as of 2023, I'm going to start doing it my way and surviving the right way.
Awesome.
And enjoying life. So, I mean, the ultimate goal is I have a job, I have money in the bank, and I don't know how much money I have there because I don't have to worry about it. That's the ultimate goal.
Nice. Well, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, your friendship and the business side of things. And I enjoyed chatting with you anytime I get a chance to chat with you and your wife. And I wish you all the best of luck with your Tumbler King enterprise, doing tumblers and creating the bongs and all the cool products that you guys are making. I'm really excited to see and watch you and your company grow. And man, I just appreciate you being on the Iron Man Mike Show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Just wanted to thank you all for being here today. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and subscribe and check out Tumbler King on Clapper. And I'm just excited and blessed that he was here today and had an opportunity to come here. But thank you so much for all of you being here today. Thank you very much. You guys all have a great day. Bye-bye. All right. And